with Sam Message from Vancouver, Canada, is it?
In British Columbia.
British Columbia,
Just
I'm
north of
sorry.
Seattle.
Okay, and Sam, now, what is your specialty?
In this Chinese martial arts, it's Tai Chi Chuan, or Tai Chi, it's commonly known as.
What is the difference between that and something else that we saw today, the modern wushu?
In a sense, there's no difference because all Chinese martial arts come from the same root, and Tai Chi has evolved out of the martial arts like all others. The thing that sort of differentiates or distinguishes Tai Chi from other martial arts is it's usually done with slow, even, connected movements rather than fast, abrupt movements. It dates back from the mid-1600s in China.
But it is definitely a martial art, even though it moves slowly. And as you demonstrated that today, you were quite versatile. You did forms, taiji forms, sword play, and then I saw you duking it out in fighting. What prompted you to do that, entering fighting division?
Actually, this is the first time I've ever entered fighting division. I just felt in my own development in the Tai Chi, I've come to the point where I felt confident. In Tai Chi, most people think, oh, it can't be a fighting art because it's not very vigorous training forms. But the idea is that we're training a presence of mind, just to be there, not to overextend ourselves into what the opponent is doing or to run away, but rather just to be where you're at. And it's quite a test. I don't like fighting myself. I don't think it's a good thing. But I think it's a good thing for people to train their bodies and develop their reactions and have a context in which to develop presence of mind. And Tai Chi does that.
Well, in Tai Chi, it always teaches you to yield and not to really go again and give any resistance in your fighting. But like through Tai Chi practice, I learned how to control my body and my body movements. All right, and not to be able to react. So we learn how to react to the person's action and not to go beyond that. So when a person reacts a certain way, our action has to be according to what they're doing to us. So if they come in with a kick, for instance, you don't know if they're going to kick or punch, but it's a matter of, confidence and relaxation. What I try not to do is try to have any type of pattern or anything set up in my approach in fighting. So I want to stay as natural, or the word Tao, as possible. All right, and to be able to accept any energy that comes. So we want to take the focus to be really broad and not to really put your mind on any particular part of the person's body, but to look at the whole room, in other words, because it's saying, like, in instance, if you have more than one attacker, all right, if you only learn how to focus on one area, you might miss what's around you, so you have to have a broad vision, which is very important in martial art fighting, and to, keep that focus is the most important thing.
It is a very good exercise. One of the things that's so good about it is it's interesting. It's not like doing a aerobics regime or something like that, because no matter how long you've done it, there's more to learn about it, and so it stays interesting. It makes very good circulation, so it increases health for that reason, and it's fun to do also. There are many, many different styles of Tai Chi, almost as many different teachers. And so there are two basic groups that you see right now, and one is Yang style, which is more smooth, more expansive motions. And then there's a Chen style, which is looks more hard, more fast, explosive movements a lot of the time. Everyone out there may have been doing only those two styles, but depending on how their teacher interpreted them, they could have looked very different. Even two people doing a Yang style could look very different. Every movement in the Taiji form has an application for self-defense or for fighting. And the longer a person studies the form and understands those movements, the more they can be applied to push hands. Basically, push hands is using your body with the least amount of effort to get the most push out of it. So you learn techniques and learn to be sensitive to the other person who is your opponent, to know when to use those techniques.
Of learning how to concentrate your weight down, and I think it has something to do with the air that you take into your body, that you can mentally direct the energy, because I believe that air itself is like energy. Without the air, we couldn't live. So you could take the energy and direct it low and keep your weight down low, and to be able to root yourself with the earth, because then in turn the earth works with you, and the energy from the earth comes throughout your feet, throughout your hands. You know, so it's made to become really rooted and grounded to the earth is the most important thing, by mentally thinking root. So it's mostly a more concentration of the mind, more so than trying to physically root yourself.